So we would like to start a new segment called Questions from the Fans.
Questions from the fans. Bow, 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 bow. And the crowd goes wild. So easy to do. And it's funny. All right, you want to read the question, Kyle?
I do.
Kyle, please.
This one's near and dear to my heart.
Please use your massive brain and read this question for us.
I would love to. So this one comes from a listener. His name is Cody Garsha, aka my brother.
I know that guy.
So
I know that guy.
he would like to know, what's your guys' opinion of the NBA nowadays? Super teams, players going to so many different teams, players demanding trades, and who's going to win the championship this year? Thank you very much, brother. Let's dive into it. So, NBA this year. Let's start with super teams, okay? And is that even a factor anymore? I asked that because I looked at the standings currently, and in the East, number one is the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay, if you look at their roster, no super team there, right? They got good players, obviously, but I feel like it's a good team. It's not because it's a full of superstar players. Okay. Number two, we're looking at Milwaukee Bucks. Again, not a super over talented team. They just have great chemistry. They got, the Antetokounmpos, the brothers. They're rolling together, and they're just a good team. Not a bunch of superstars crammed together to try and form a super team. Now at number three on the East, now you got the Brooklyn Nets, right?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You could definitely say they're trying to be a super team. How do you feel about the Brooklyn Nets?
The Brooklyn Nets are a super team
Mm-hmm.
with Kyrie Irving.
I don't have an answer for that.
Siri doesn't have an answer for this one. Go ahead, Adam. Keep going.
Gee, I didn't know we had a guest on the show today, Kyle. Jeez, dude. Siri, we'll talk to you later about that. So where was it? No. So Kyrie Irving,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
James Harden.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a power team. That's a super team.
Right.
Granted,
And they have DeAndre Jordan at center. That's another one.
Granted, they stink on defense. They don't play defense. Harden's never played defense. I don't think KD cares. I think they just bet on putting up 150. They are a super team. Yeah, but I mean, 15-12.
Yeah.
I mean,
you figure a super
They're
team would be number one in their conference.
if they were really like a super team, they would be dumping on everyone right now.
Right.
And they're not.
Right. I think what I'm pointing out so far, at least trying to, is that team chemistry matters more than excellent players on your team.
Yeah, I think when LeBron and Bosh and Dwayne Wade,
Yeah.
I think when they started the super team era,
Yeah.
I think that at that time it was a thing.
Sure. Yeah. It wasn't really.
It was becoming
yeah.
a thing. Everyone was like, "Oh, we gotta scramble to get the boys."
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta remember, like, the Golden State Warriors, dude.
Yeah.
They didn't form that team.
Right.
Draymond came from Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
Klay Thompson, they drafted.
Was a nobody.
Yeah, Steph Curry decided to be insane, which he still is insane. He still got it. He went off the other night.
Yeah.
He's been going off every night, actually.
The only thing that tainted the Warriors was when KD jumped on, and they're like,
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing here, guys?
That's when they became, all right, you guys take it easy. But I mean, you got to realize, like, they're doing that because you got guys like LeBron and Wade and Harden and Westbrook and Paul George, right?
Yeah.
They started making teams, so they're like, oh, we got to get somebody. And
Right.
Everyone wants those rings, so I don't blame KD for going and getting some rings. He got his rings, he got
Yeah.
out, and now he's got his own team with the Nets, and he's reunited with Harden.
Right.
I think he said when Harden, I don't know if it was Harden or I think it was Harden that went there, and they're like, oh, you're reunited with KD now, so
Mm-hmm.
are you guys like? He said, well, we were boys back then at Oklahoma City, now we're men.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. And I could see it right away. I was a fan of the Nets this year when I saw Harden and KD playing together before Kyrie jumped back in. I thought they them two working together with the rest of the team, I was like, oh yeah, it's happening. Kyrie jumped in. I was like, oh, is that too much? You know?
Could be too much based on his history with LeBron. Of
Yeah.
him wanting to have the center of attention. I got to get out of here. I gotta, yeah. But it seems to be. I mean, they're in third.
They're working it out.
They're working it out.
Steve Nash, excellent player. Now, is he a great coach? I know he's a
No.
good guy, but we'll see if he's a great coach.
Good soccer player too.
Yeah.
Good soccer player too.
Yeah. Quick fun fact before we move away. You mentioned the Warriors. Fun fact, this came to me because my brother, Cody, who asked the question,
Yes.
actually played basketball growing up in Oregon against Klay Thompson.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yep. And we didn't know, obviously we didn't know it at the time. It was just like a tall guy that was good. That my brother played post as well. So he was like actually like playing against him in the post. Like,
Give him a little elbow.
yeah, giving him the
Give
rib
him a little-
jabs.
I know your brother, and I know he can. I know he can hit.
Yeah.
I know he can hit on the football field. So I could imagine you gave him a couple. Bah!
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and he was nothing special growing up, you know, as young kids, but I guess he blossomed and, you know, he is who he is now. So shout out to Cody for hammering Klay Thompson down in the
Hey.
paint.
Shout out for owning Klay down in the paint, dude.
Yeah, but I'm not going to keep going down the West. I think we
Yeah.
made a point where I don't think super teams dominate the league anymore. I think team chemistry matters most. Now, when it comes to players like demanding trades, yeah, that's a little out of control right now.
Yeah. I want to touch on that because I think that has bled
Mm-hmm.
into the NFL.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think with social media and honestly, social media.
Sure, that's the main
everyone,
factor.
Everyone has their own opinion on social media right now, right?
Yep.
Anyone from any side of the world, any country, any little person. Whoa, little person. Anyone sitting. Apologize, I didn't mean it like that. Anyone who's like sitting in their room has a voice. Everyone has a
Right.
voice. So
Anybody who has a phone
yeah,
can now. You don't need a media table with cameras on you. You got a phone, you got a voice.
yeah. So I think social media has played a big role in players being able to do what they want and realizing that they have more power than they used to have.
Yeah.
Like the NBA is so controlled by the players.
Oh yeah.
Like
for sure.
Adam Silver, Adam Silver knows that, and so he kind of lets it happen.
Yeah.
And now, with Deshaun Watson demanding to leave,
Yeah.
when they're saying he's not going to leave
right.
per sources,
Yeah, and then you got JJ Watt.
Easterby,
He just like jumped into the GM's office, like, "Hey, I'm done here." And the GM was like,
Which is-
"Okay, I guess so."
He's such a big Houston guy. He did so much for them after that hurricane.
Yeah.
Remember? Raised millions and millions. So it's interesting to see how he kind of wants out, which I don't blame him. You know, he's older in his career. He's got money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a ring. Maybe he goes and hangs
Maybe.
out with Aaron Rodgers, big Wisconsin guy.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Big Wisconsin guy. Get him down there with the MVP. Could see that. But then again, are we segueing into JJ Watt right now? No,
Let's
we sh-
segue. Let's
should we
segue.
into JJ Watt?
Let's do it. It came up right after this.